Also, an Adult Swim panel highlight.
Yeah, with all the different Adult Swim people, like Seth Green and all those other people we don't care about. What?
It was like the Seth Green show and some other guys.
I mean, I'm sure that if
There
people
were some-
were watching this, would probably screaming at
That's
us because
true.
they probably love this.
There were some girls that were
Bring them
like,
small.
I have a fan club at my high school. I'm sorry, my middle school. For Seth Green. You're so cute. I loved you as Oz.
And Doc's like,
And he was like, I'm married.
even though I'm not a werewolf,
I'm good looking.
don't you think I'm still cute? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes!
So somebody asked, will Hank or Dean ever have consensual sex? And Doc's amazing response was, having sex with Dean would be the worst thing ever. He would never, ever, ever stop calling you. The responsibility of popping Dean Fincher's cherry is way more than you've even considered. But, spoiler, he did say that buckle up for a bumpy season.
I know.
Because it's going to get nasty.
He said that, I think the nasty part might have been a joke, but he said the bumpy season thing, like, I've only seen that quoted outside of this context. I didn't realize that the context was right after he was talking about popping Dean Fincher's cherry. So
some steaminess?
I don't really care. Is that weird? Like, I don't understand the Dean thing. Or Hank, really. With the monarchies in the episode, why would you care?
Or Brock.
Whatever.
Or both.
I mean, Orpheus, even.
No.
Sorry.
Not
that
attractive.
Was just me.
Wow.
Just kidding. What about White? I like White, too.
Yeah, but he's gay.
Is he? Has not been established yet.
Just waiting for it to be.
Okay, we'll see.
Also, on the Comic-Con teaser reel,
Oh, yeah.
which we didn't get to see.
Yeah, we did not get to see this. This is all speculation. This could all be fake from the interwebs.
Yeah, these are all interweb rumors by people who were there. There's a scene of Brock, Shore Leave, Sergeant Hatred, and Orpheus playing skins versus shirts football with Hank and Dean, which sounds like a big homo fest. I'm excited.
Semicolon.
Just gonna throw that out there.
There's also apparently a scene of, like, Hatred trying to get candy off of Brock, which is weird sounding.
Weird, yeah.
But, like, Skittles. And so there's that picture that we saw.
And Brock only gave him one.
Yeah, and Brock only gave him one because apparently there's some tension there.
Yeah.
So that was that picture that Jackson posted on his life journal. That was, like, the picture of the hands. And we were talking about this, and I was completely off. I thought it was Captain Sunshine. And you said, you were like...
As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's Brock's hand.
I know his skin tone palette anywhere.
That Pantone swatch could belong to
Memorized.
no other
So...
than Barack.
Apparently the fact that Hatred...
Satred. New character.
So apparently the fact that Hatred is a reformed villain, like, is gonna cause some drama. And so he's very eager and he's jealous of, you know, Brock's obvious repertoire with the boys, so...
Yeah, they're really close and they look up to Brock, and Hatred really wants them to look up to him, but he's kind of a creeper.
And
So they don't.
a reformed pedophile.
And not Brock. Point made.
I have nothing to add
I
to
was
that.
going to say point taken,
I'm
but
like-
that doesn't really apply. Yeah.
Point taken.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There was a dream sequence in which a teenage Rusty has a dream harem of women, including Dr. Girlfriend, Dr. Quim, and Lindsay Wagner from The Bionic Woman.
How do you know it's Lindsay Wagner from the Bionic Woman, semicolon, who is that?
Some lady from The Bionic Woman.
So, the one that you've probably seen, as we have, is the Adult Swim teaser reel, so let's just do this really fast because it's pretty exciting.
Okay.
But there's that picture of Rusty and the chair is the first thing it opens with, and he's got, like, the nipple car battery
Clamps.
situation happening, clamps, just like a la Helper.
Helper, yeah.
In the torture chamber. And then it's like the boys, and then I'm thinking it's Hatred with like an Optimus Prime helmet thing on.
It's definitely Hatred.
So question mark.
But what is he wearing? Also, Doc Venture he's having a rough time in general. There's a scene where he has a bloody shoulder and he's lying on a table and he's like, there's a whole diagram behind him where like possible causes of illness, stroke, also crocodile.
Secondhand smoke.
Secondhand smoke, yeah.
God,
We
helpful.
might have paused it and read the entire board. Clearly, I remember everything. Also, he had, like, a genuinely worried conversation with Sergeant Hatred, like, I'm a marked man.
What's that about? He doesn't care. He couldn't care less, usually.
Now, apparently, he cares.
Also,
Weird.
Phantom Limb is in costume again. I don't know if this is a flashback, but I'm pretty excited.
Is he less crazy? We'll see.
Also, there's more white than, like, anybody else, which is, it's only me.
Moving on.
Okay.
There's a new Spider-Man-like character that has web shooters on his butt. He shoots webs out of his rear. Theories are that it might be Scaramantula.
Or his offspring.
Oh. That nasty thing on Hatred's foot?
Oh, yeah. Go to the scene where he's singing to White in the panic room, and he has a thing on his foot. My theory is that it's our theory is that it's a, is that
wow.
a spider bite. Done. Moving on.
Hank's hair's short again.
Oh, yeah.
How do we feel about this?
Well,
I feel good. However, I feel I am going to be really sad if Badass Hank is gone forever.
What's funny is that that we literally wrote, how do we feel about that on our notes? I feel saddened and
Let's
lonely.
talk about our feelings. A la Doc.
I feel confused and afraid.
I'm worried about the future.
But something even more disturbing is a possible, like, episode arc that they're going to go on, which is some horrible, misguided affair between 21 and
Dr. and Mrs.
the Monarch. Can't you tell that we're journalism majors? Wasn't that delivered with no bias at all? I hate it! It's
no!
not okay. It sucks. What are they thinking?
Where is the Monarch and why isn't he there?
Why is 21...
Why isn't he fighting for his woman?
Why is 21 on his throne?
Yeah.
Why is he buying his wife drinks in his, like, brain-addled brain situation?
Actually, it wasn't 21 that bought her a drink. It was 24.
It's still
21. 21 is the only one who can see 24, and he looks at him and goes, I'm flipping crazy. Awesome.
Or some such.
Something like that.
She's, like, incognito.
Yeah, she's all, like, secret lovers tryst on that shit.
There was a weird moment in 4.1 that I think we mentioned before that I was not a fan of.
There was a moment.
Between the two of them.
I feel like it was a little sneak hint.
Foreshadowing?
They also call it that. Also little sneak hints. Let's talk about the new pimped out Monarch shit.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of the Monarch.
Also in our notes as that. Well, the Moppets are still around, apparently. You know, maybe they'll die. But they're on, like, these really cool little motorcycles in the meantime.
Mini bikes.
And then the Monarch has that, like, hovering butterfly...
It's more of a moth
than
a butterfly.
Why would it be a moth?
And I know his thing is butterflies, but that is a furry-ass butterfly. Also known as a moth.
It's really not. It's a butterfly. Also, Sergeant Hatred has some, like, ridiculous song about Princess Tiny Feet. So apparently that's going to be, like, one of several musical numbers that we're going to have.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, like, semi-musical, which is really exciting. Very Phantom of the Opera.
We get the sense that there's going to be a ton of shore leave. And we think it's because Doc just really loves voicing his character.
I think it's a love affair situation.
And then in the notes is this lovely quote that I'm going to let you deliver.
Ta-da! Genital formal wear. I sound like a robot. Or the Monarch as a robot.
Speaking of the Monarch, he gets swarmed by zombie Hank and Dean clones.
Yeah, probably the most noticeable part of that.
And I have a theory.
You have a theory.
It's my theory. And mostly it is that these are zombies of all the past Hank and Deans and all of the ways that they've died.
Well, you instantly were like, oh, that's how all the boys died. And I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense and it's probably pretty obvious, but... Like, you immediately were like, there's the one where he got shot through the eye.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So.
And the one where he's wearing the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how you sound in my brain. Blah, blah.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Glad you listened.
You're welcome.